going on, guys? Today we're going to install Betaflight 4.0 release candidate 4 on the R3D Shifters Carbon 2.5. Let's get right into it. So first off, we're going to want Betaflight Configurator 10.4.0. This is the latest release, and you can scroll down here and grab whatever copy you want. So we want the Windows EXE for this computer. Obviously pick your build. So go ahead, download this, install it to your system, and once you get that, then we go to Betaflight. So now once we're here on Betaflight 10.4, you're going to want to go and connect your model and go ahead and back up. So as you can see, I've already done that. You just basically save, pick where you want your file to go. Just in case all goes wrong, we have a backup of all our settings. Next, we're going to go to the firmware flasher. We're going to go to release and release candidate. Maytech 722 SE is the board that I'm currently running. It's actually the Maytech F722 Mini, but this is what it runs under. Then we go to choose a firmware. I am currently on release candidate 3. We're going to be installing release candidate 4. No reboot sequence and full chip erase. And we're going to go down here to load firmware online. And we're going to double check 4.0 release candidate 4 Betaflight Maytech F722 SE, and obviously the warnings and flash firmware. No response from bootloader. So if you get this no response from bootloader, this means you're going to have to hold the boot button and plug in your model. So let me go ahead and do that. So if you're new here, consider clicking that thumbs up button and definitely click that subscribe button. Okay, by holding the boot button and plugging it in at the same time, this puts it into DFU mode. And now we're going to go ahead and flash firmware. Success. Once that's all set, pick your COM and go ahead and connect. Now, once we are in, we're going to go through and check our ports. We want UART3 is TBS Smart Audio, UART2 Serial RX, and USB VCP. We are good there. Next, we go to the configuration tab. We want to make sure all our motors are going through. I've got D-Shot set to 1200, and I've got min throttle at 4.5. I'm going to set this to 8K, and as you can see, our CPU load is very low, 4%. You can input your craft name here. Okay, that's it for that. I'm going to go to battery and power. Here's where I make a bunch of changes. The min cell voltage, I change this to 3.6. Maximum 4.3 is fine. Warning cell voltage, I want a warning at 3.8. Because really 3.6, I don't know why they have you run down to 3.3. That just doesn't make sense. You start doing damage to these batteries at 3.6, so I want my absolute minimum at 3.6 and my warning to pop up at 3.8. Go ahead and click save. Fail safe, I set this in the controller. Pin tuning tab, I've got my rates, 1.6 RC rate, super rate 7.2 or 0.72. Degrees per second, 1143. And I mean, these are my rates. You can go ahead and copy them if you'd like. The issue that I currently have with them is I think I want a little bit more expo, and I want to drop this RC rate, because what's going on is there's a lot of twitch going on right here. So if I add some expo to this, it'll flatten this curve out here, giving me a little bit more center stick control. Super rate seems fine, and then I think I'm also going to bring up the yaw, but again, that's subject for another video. These are my PID control settings. I am leaving my PIDs at stock PIDs for now, just until I get this thing flying. Anti-gravity I've set to smooth. Anti-gravity gain 5. Save that. Then we go to the receiver tab. I have it set for TAER 1234 with the RSSI on channel 6, auxiliary 6. Stick low 1050, center tick, stick center 1500, and stick high 1900. Smoothing type, interpolation. RP for channel smooth, and auto for RC interpolation. Go to the modes tab. This is how I have all my switches set up. So my arm switch on aux 1, if you set it all the way back, obviously it's off. If you set it to center, it turns on, and then if you set it to all the way forward, it turns on, but it also turns on where is it? Right here, air mode. So there's that. I've also got on aux on black box. So as soon as I flip the switch on, black box is on. Then I've got over here, I've got this set for, this is my angle mode. I've got angle mode, horizon mode, and acro for the 3 switch positions. As you can see, so angle mode is position 1, horizon mode is position 2, and then over here it shuts both of those off. So that's your acro mode. Buzzer aux 3 is in the 3rd position. Black box and air mode we went over. Flip over after crash. So that's auxiliary 5, and that's all the way flipped. So we can save that. Adjustments tab I don't do anything with. I will eventually, but right now I am not. Servos, we're not using servos. The motors tab, we're not testing our motors. Then our OSD. Alright, so for OSD, I like my RSSI value. I like my main battery voltage. I like crosshairs and artificial horizon. I'm going to set this to NTSC. So that means we want these right about there. There we go, right there. So I like RSSI, I like main battery voltage, I like crosshairs and artificial horizon. VTX channel doesn't make sense. GPS. Usually I also like altitude, but I don't think this particular craft has a barometer on it. Okay, and I want all my warnings set. So that is how I set up my OSD. Go ahead, save that. Sensors. Okay, so I don't think the 722 has a, yeah, that would be the fatal error, because this does not have a black box. So that is how to set up Betaflight 4.0 release candidate 4. They should have the actual build out relatively soon. So fly this at your own risk, but release candidate 3 was pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and fly release candidate number 4.
So if this video was helpful, consider clicking that thumbs up button and just punch that subscribe button, because it's fun and you only get to do it once. And I'll catch you later. Peace.